When you're in a toxic household, the first thing on your mind is how the fuck can I get up out of here? I want my own car, I want my own apartment, and I want to leave this shithole and have my own freedom and independence. We often associate things like having a car and an apartment with freedom because we'll be able to physically leave the environment that was traumatizing us. But once you physically leave, you're gonna start to understand that you're mentally in the prison that toxic environment has created for you, because you started to form thoughts and belief systems about who you are as a result of what these people have told you. And then you get to sit with all of the shit that you've been through, and it's very hurtful, it's painful, and oftentimes we search for something outside of us to fill the void because it's not enough to just sit with it. It's too painful to deal with. Because I'll never forget when I got my first apartment, I was happy as hell. I was like, finally, I don't have to be in a homeless shelter anymore. I don't have to go to any other group homes. I don't have to go to a mental hospital. I don't have to deal with CPS. None of that. I'm free. I'm peaceful. I got my own car. I got my own shit. I'm cool. Then I was like, hold up. I was in a homeless shelter. My parents abandoned me when I was 15. Like, all this trauma started coming up because finally I had the space to deal with it. I was no longer in survival mode. I actually got to know silence and peace for once. And my nervous system was like, girl, hold the fuck up. Where's the chaos? Where's the drama? And when I tell you, I went running full speed back to that homeless shelter, and I went to the staff. Like, I was at the staff office more than I was at my own apartment, because I was severely struggling to deal with all of the feelings as a result from all of my experiences. I was more miserable in my new apartment, in my car that I wanted so badly since I was 12 years old, than I was at them homeless shelters and at the mental hospitals and all of those things that I went through. That felt safer to me than the car and the apartment that I so badly associated with my freedom and independence. It is true that you cannot heal in the same environment that traumatized you, which is why it's important to get out. But once you get out, your mind is stuck in that traumatic environment, because that is what felt safe to you. It started to become so normal to you that you don't even know what peace feels like. You don't even know what healing feels like. So the freedom that you have been seeking lies within your own mind. It lies within you reprogramming yourself. The thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that you have are not even your own. They are your parents. And if you've never gotten out of your toxic situation or your toxic family, that becomes normal to you. You start to think that that's just the way that life is, and that's the way that you're destined to be. This is how generational cycles are created. Your parents grew up being conditioned and programmed. They pass that on to you. You start thinking, feeling, and believing in the same way. And then you start creating those same experiences without ever realizing that you're the one that is creating it. We just think that we've been dealt a bad hand and that life is just shitty. But in actuality, our parents' thoughts were shitty. Their belief systems were shitty. And they did not do any work on themselves to change that. So now you're thinking, feeling, and believing in the same way. So if you're currently in a toxic situation, your freedom lies within your mind. It lies within the understanding that you are a co-creator with your reality. You get to choose your thoughts and your feelings regardless of what anyone tells you. No one can take that power away from you unless you let them.